Thanks again for bringing us here to Tulsa.
Oh, it was my pleasure. When I first got the email that you were going to do the big whirlwind tour across America, I was just like so excited, and I knew that, we have a meetup group here in Tulsa, and I knew they'd be really excited to have you come. And so we had a great event today. Wendi was awesome. She was very eloquent and just got right in with the people, and people were asking tons of questions, and I just thought it was a really great meetup today. We met in Oklahoma City at 105 Degrees, the Culinary Academy. It was their graduation day, and so we had a great time. I mean, we were kind of carte blanche. We took over Culinary Academy. They just let us go behind the scenes and film, and we kind of both had a little raw boy crush on Russell James. He was so nice.
So I met you online through the raw food community, and we became friends, and you have a great blog. And can you share your blog with everyone?
My blog I've had for probably a little over 3 years. It's called realfoodtulsa.com, and it's kind of been through several different metamorphoses. I did a juice feast 2 years ago where I literally blogged every single day, what I was drinking, what I was doing, how I was feeling. And then since that time, I just share like the meetups I do. I share recipes, a lot of photography, and I probably update it now maybe once or twice a week.
It's a great blog. It's beautiful too.
Thank you. I like doing it.
Yeah, but while I was away for a while from the internet, something happened, and all of a sudden this whole new life bloomed, and you're crazy busy now doing something else. Can you share with us what you've been doing?
It's surprising. Well, our friend Drew Pruitt of We Like It Raw called me one day, and he's like, I just got this phone call from this publishing company in California, and they're looking for someone to write a specific raw food book, and they were wanting me to write it, but I don't really have time or the desire to do it. And I thought of you, and he thought of a couple of other people too. And so I don't mean to make the story too long, but I ended up getting this book deal with Ulysses Press to write a book. And I wanted it to be unique because there's so many wonderful raw food books out already. And I thought, what can I do to make it a little bit unique? So that was when I came up with the idea that I would do a research group of, I called them guinea piglets. And so I put a call out on the internet, on YouTube, and a couple of raw websites saying I'm looking for people to do some research with me for this book. And like within 24 hours, I had close to 200 people that wanted to do this thing.
That's fantastic.
And so, but time was of the essence. So I started this little small website where we would just get on together, and I would give them the program. And so for 11 weeks, we did this, what I called raw food rehab, and it was for the people that were doing the book. And ultimately, only 65 people finished, but they finished strong, and there was massive life transformation stories that happened in just 11 weeks with people, and they weren't even all 100% raw. Some just had gone from 100% standard American diet into adding maybe green juice and salad into their diet. So maybe they were 50% raw. And so when the 11 weeks was over, this group of people were like, we don't want this to end. And so as a group, we really decided that this little tiny closed community, we would open it up to the world. And so that was the 15th of October of last year, and we went from 65 members to now well over 3,000 members. Fantastic. And so it's just raw food rehab, and it's like a virtual raw food retreat center basically. And I've got it set up like a mansion where there's all these different rooms. You can go to the garden to learn about gardening, the greenhouse to learn about indoor sprouting wheatgrass. We have a spa. We have the kitchen is where all the recipes are. We have the culinary center where we've got videos that we've collected from all over the internet that we've put in there, so you can see Annie P.O. making desserts. I mean, it's like we've tried to pull the best of what we could find on the internet and put it in as resources for education and support. Mm-hmm. And so far, it's been awesome. It's a full-time job, as you know how busy it can be.
And so how would somebody contact you if they wanted to join?
Just go to rawfoodrehab.com, which will take you to a page that explains exactly what it is and what we're doing. And right there is an option for you to join. And you just have to kind of tell us, basically your name. You have to put in your email address, and you just join the community. It's like Facebook, or it's a Ning site. And it is a closed community, so we're not picked up by search engines. So if you're putting up information, blogging about, maybe you're wanting to blog about how much you weigh, or maybe you're wanting to put before and after photos of you while you're going through a cleanse, nobody can see those unless they're a member of the community.
That's great. And so you only briefly glossed over your book. You have a book. It's published now.
I have a real book. I mean, it's a paperback book. It's called Raw Food Cleanse. And it was written that what the publishing company wanted is they wanted a book that was geared towards the average person who might be interested in starting a diet, like somebody that's overweight or not feeling good and they want to do a South Beach diet or Atkins diet, or maybe the Master Cleanse, someone that doesn't want to change their lifestyle, they just want a quick fix. And I'm thinking, that's not really what I'm about. So what I've done is I've been able to take the raw food cleanse and teach people how they can do a 7, 14, 28-day cleanse with just eating raw foods and juices and smoothies. But all throughout the book, I interject reasons why they might want to consider making that more of a lifestyle change, as opposed to just a cleanse. And so in the book, we have 4 different cleanses that people can do, all the recipes that go with it. There's a lifestyle questionnaire to kind of get people to figure out where they are and how much cleansing they need to do. And then the last chapter of the book is the stories of all the people who did the first 11-week raw food rehab. And so the stories are awesome. That's my favorite part of the book, is what happened to real people making those kind of changes in their diet.
That's great. And so how would somebody get a copy of your book?
It is on Amazon. That's the best price I found. It's on Amazon. Raw Food Cleanse by Penni Shelton.
And so now what has your experience been with raw food? How did you get into raw foods, and how has it affected your body and your life?
Yeah, it was just really, I've always been interested in natural health, but more from a herbal perspective. Like I was always interested kind of in homeopathy and herbs and Chinese medicine. I've just always sort of been drawn to that, and had a background of irritable bowel syndrome since I was a very young child. I suffered pretty debilitating irritable bowel syndrome. Had tried every medication, had gone to every doctor that we could go to when I was a child. No real relief. And so in my 20s, I realized I was lactose or probably casein intolerant. So I took dairy out of my diet, which helped tremendously. And so about 5 years ago, I just stumbled upon Carol Alt's book, supermodel Carol Alt, Eating in the Raw. And something about it just intrigued me, mainly because she was on the cover, and she was one of my, I just looked up to her as a teenager. I always thought, I want to look like Carol Alt, And so here she is, in her 40s, she's looking amazing. So I got this book, take it on vacation with me, read it from cover to cover while we were on vacation, announce to my husband, I'm going to do this. I'm going to go 100% raw and see if it will help irritable bowel. And he's like, do it. He was very supportive. So literally within days and I didn't know what I was doing. I was just eating like bananas, apples, just food that wasn't cooked. I didn't know what to eat. I didn't know anything about food preparation. But 3 or 4 days later, I had no symptoms.
Wow.
No more cramping, bloating. I was just like, okay, I'm sold. And I was 100% raw for about 4 months and lost 20 pounds maybe. Probably more than that in the 4-month time period. I lost 15 pounds the first month. And then the cold weather came. And so we started adding a little bit of cooked food back into our diet. And I found that as long as I stayed very high raw or 100% raw, the symptoms wouldn't return. But if I started slipping back into some of my old habits, drinking coffee, going out for Mexican food or Thai food, just all those combinations of things and cooked foods, I would be right back at the same problems that I had before, bloating and all that. So for me, I haven't been one of those people that just went raw 100% overnight and did perfectly. I'm still, even now, 5 years later, I fine-tune my diet all the time and find that what I ate 2 years ago is a little bit different than what I'm eating today, what's working for me today. So I think it's the healthiest. It's the way that nature intended us to eat food. You said that. It's like it grows from the trees. It's coming from the vine. It's growing up out of the ground, and it's nature's perfect packaging. So why tamper with it?
Yeah. And so we've been asking some people as we're crossing the country if they can give any one piece of little tidbit of advice for those who are just learning about raw or who are possibly struggling with it.
Well, I see a lot of people on our website struggling. That seems to be the biggest thing. And I think it's because people set themselves up for feeling like they have to make this change overnight. I personally think that taking baby steps into it, educating yourself through reading books, getting plugged in, raw food communities, there's many good ones online, and just being gentle and kind with yourself. And I think that toxic energy of people getting on, I'll see people blogging about, I fell off the wagon, I've been doing so good, and then I ate this or that, and then they are like on this spiral downward because they start beating themselves up.
Yeah.
And so I'd say just add more of the good stuff in, and that will begin to crowd out some of those old bad habits.